Alright, we're back with the Van Diaper Show. I don't know how many times this is down. What, 5, 6, maybe 6 or 7? Who knows? But we're back, everybody. We will be taking questions, doing lots of stuff, talking a little bit about Lutheranism. It appears to be the #1 requested topic on my Discord, which you should join in order to talk to me. Except I'm trying not to be on there, so I don't know. Alright, give me one moment here. And if anybody's there in the chat, just let me know if you can hear me, how your week's been going so far. It's Monday, which I know everybody hates. Alright. Oh, hang on. Why is my stream private? I hate streaming on YouTube. It's stupid. There we go. Public stream. We're going now. We are good. Alright. Should be people joining the chat now. There we go. Alright, tonight we're going to be talking about Lutheranism, various other topics, whatever comes up. We'll be here about 20-30 minutes. Hello, Geo Does Stuff Official. I was going to play chess with you today, but I still did not figure out how to share my screen and still see the chat. I think I need a second monitor, which is really annoying, but I gotta figure that out, and then I will play chess with you. Hello, Reformed Catholic. Alright, we're getting some regulars here. What's up, Kings? Yes, hello, Kings. I am using OBS. I cannot figure it out. I'm such a boomer. Don't go Lutheran, stay Presby. We'll talk about that in a second. No. Hello, my Pookie Bears. Yep. Go Lutheran. Use YouTube. I am using Base Crusader. Do you know how this works? I'm using OBS to stream through YouTube. It's much better, but still, it's... I don't know. Okay. Oh, a YouTube tutorial? Yeah. See, I should do that, but that's just so much time. Time commitment. Yeah. That's true. YouTube is funny because you'll find both tax tutorials and hour-long theology lectures, and then you'll find my videos. It's brilliant. Really brilliant, I think. Leslie is a boy. I am very straight, so no. It's not hard to watch a YouTube tutorial. I think you underestimate how brain-rotted and ADHD I am. I don't like to say I have ADHD. It's stupid. People just, like, make that up. Like, they're up that excuse. They're like, oh, look at this bad behavior. It's because I have ADHD. And they're being gay. But it actually is true. And it's my fault. Become Southern Baptist Church of Arkansas. No, that's Independent Fundamental Baptist Church that happens to be Southern. Am I going to get a pop filter? No. I loved your out of context video so much. I didn't realize I was kind of funny. I'm kind of funny on my live streams. I'm very capable of being funny. I had no idea. And so it gave me a lot of hope. And I know I sound, I sound like I'm just building myself up. And maybe I am. Maybe I'm selling myself to my audience, trying to get you guys to like me. But it was funny. It was so funny. I liked it a lot. Shake my dreads. Can you hear it? It's shaking against the microphone. Do I call it soda or pop? I call it soda pop. No, I do both. Begome Luderan. Maybe. We're going to be talking about that in a bit. Submit to the Baptist Church. I refuse. Well, nah. Would I rather submit to Rome or submit to the Galactic Empire? The Galactic Empire, obviously. Yes. Also, I made an out of context video today. Go watch it, get it to 67 comments. It is not there yet. Alright, one moment here while I pull up a list of things I need to read. So, in terms of AI, which I use on occasion, Grok is just so degenerate. It's kind of funny, but it's just really degenerate. Baptist should not be a denomination. I mean, we should all baptize our babies. It's true. The fifth out of context has landed. It's true. It's more of a Redeem Zoomer mentality video, but I don't really think it would have performed well if I named it that. Although maybe it would have. The thing with series, especially if you're like numbering it in out of context 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, is it does lose viewership over time. So I think what I'm gonna do, what I did earlier is I have a 30-minute long compilation. I'm gonna do that. Okay, I'm not answering that question. Use Gemini. Gemini is so biased. But anyway, I'm gonna do that, and then I have about 8 minutes worth of video somebody else edited for me, and I didn't think it was quite up to par. But I'm kind of too lazy to edit it, so I might just sprinkle it in. And then that'll add about 13 minutes with my newer video, so that'll be a 43-minute video of Wilhelmia's Van Diaper out of context. Hello, my children. I am the Super Pope. That's not biased. Yeah, ChatGPT is kind of mid. Claude is actually the best one in terms of intelligence, but there's a lot that it can't do. And yeah, and then Grok is just degenerate. It's kind of funny though. Can I give you no? Not yet. Not yet. All right. So I have here though a list of Lutheran beliefs, and we're going to go through them. And we're just going to evaluate whether or not I can agree with them and why. So there's just going to be some overview stuff, 5 solas behind all of those. The Bible, the Trinity, original sin, justification, we agree. And then even in baptism and communion being means of grace, we would agree. We agree on the creeds, all that. We agree. Now we're going to get to more Lutheran-specific doctrines. Law-gospel distinction, fully behind that. I actually like that a lot. My current pastor, who obviously isn't a Lutheran, actually preaches quite a lot like that, and I appreciate it quite a lot. Yeah. So there's Just and Sinner. Totally. Okay, this is actually a really bad list. Now we get to real presence in the communion, which I could agree with. Baptismal regeneration is fun. Okay, this is a really bad list. Gosh, this is what I get for not preparing. Anyway, the main thing is single predestination, or rather half predestination. Okay, because God, in some sense, predestined and wills everyone to be saved. But if you're saved, it's only a work of God. If you're not saved, it's because you chose not to, which is kind of a weird contradiction. What should you do? Go to bed. Oh, your pastor is Pentecostal. You don't have Pentecostal beliefs? Go somewhere else. Or talk to him about it. I don't know. I should become Lutheran? Yeah, probably. Santa Claus is real. Santa Claus is real, everybody. Now, I don't know if you know this, alright? But Santa Claus is real. It's not Santa who gives you the presents, though. It's your dad. Okay, but Santa Claus is real. Okay, transubstantiation is just... it's just bad. Baby Luderan there. Good to see some Lutherans. And the problem with transubstantiation is, aside from it being a weak philosophical theory, it wasn't really around until like the 900s. And then for some reason we get to bind the entire church to it, even though Calvinist and Lutheran views of the Eucharist were dominant throughout the early church. Your mother goes there. I mean, if you're an adult, go somewhere else. But if you're not an adult, just keep going where your parents go and be a faithful Christian where you can. Kid Fury's here. Yeah, your short friend graduated from Santa's workshop. I might become Luderan. I am discerning. I am discerning. I would have to submit to Schnitzelmacher. So I think I would, because here's the thing. Wilhelmius Van Diaper is kind of LARPing, so I could continue to LARP as Reformed, but I would just change. This show would change because I'd talk from a Lutheran perspective, but we'll see. It's not really in alignment with Aristotelian philosophy because of the interaction between substance and accidents. So you can't take the substance of a thing and remove it and still maintain the accidents. That's not how it works. And you could always say it's a miracle, and maybe that's true, but it's weak philosophically. And you're taking this weak philosophical post apostolic weak philosophical theory, and then you can claim miracles all you want. I have no reason to believe in those miracles because, again, it is an incredibly late philosophical theory. I have no reason to justify it with miracles. I should see Richard Cross in the video by Matt Hedges is done defending the Reformed position. I really like the Reformed position. I could go either way between the Reformed and Lutheran view of the Eucharist. I really could. What denom am I? I'm Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalian. What is my opinions on icons? So icons are fine, obviously, as you can see from the screen. Unless they're images of God, that is a problem. Don't bow to them or kiss them, but you can, to some degree, give them honor. Yeah. The whole formalization of icons is a little weird, but not entirely. Well, it's not scientifically proven, because there are also scientific Eucharistic miracles with Anglicans who don't hold to transubstantiation. And here's the thing, it could be true. Like, the science, the supposed miracles of the Eucharist turning into Christ's body and blood, and you got this human flesh, could be true independent of transubstantiation being true. It could be that memorialism is true, and that's true. Or it could be that that is not true. There is a multitude of other options other than, the Eucharist became flesh one time, therefore transubstantiation. No, that doesn't prove that post hoc, philosophical theory. Yeah, I am iconoclast, it's true. Kissing icons is idolatry. No way, Kid Fury got a date. Any advice? Dress well. Shower. If you don't have a good beard, either shave it or grow one. Be nice. Pray. Pay for the meal. Don't even ask questions. Be an unabashed, performative anti-feminist, and things will work out. Anglicans have had Eucharistic miracles, not to the same degree or level as Roman Catholics. That's just not true. It's not true to say only Catholicism and Orthodoxy have. They just happen to be larger and keep track of these things better. Yeah, tell your woman to be quiet. Okay, it is true. Lutheran books are crazy expensive. Why is it that the examination of the Council of Trent costs $200 to buy? One publisher holds it. Also, how is it that there's only one publisher? It's an ancient. It's 400 years old. How is it not in the public domain? I don't. Okay, maybe it's the English translation. All right. Well, why didn't I use ChatGPT and make my own modern translation so I can read it for free? Ugh, it's ridiculous. Protestant YouTuber. Who's my favorite? I'll maybe give it a little bit of a list. Obviously, Redeem Zoomer's up there. Lately, I've been really liking Brandon War. I guess Razorfist is a Protestant. My problem with him is that he is too libertarian. I don't like that very much. The other Paul is great. And Anglican Aesthetics, I appreciate a lot of his arguments. And nothing against him personally. I just find him kind of annoying, and I don't like his theology. Just read PDFs? No. Let's see. Who else do I like? Traditionalist Thomist. Oh my goodness. My nose. Traditionalist Thomist is incredibly based. I like a lot of his content. Very unbiased, intelligent, smart guy. I like that. How do I feel about Franco? He's fine. I don't know. I don't mind him. Don't hate him. Don't love him. He's just a guy in history. Some people like these things called books. Yeah, let's go monarchy. Real. Yeah. Alright, well, chat, you're getting stale and boring. I'm glad you didn't type that in the live chat. That'd be funny. Appreciate your content. I should also make more gospel content. Here's the thing, I don't really find it necessary to preach the gospel. That might sound a little weird out of context, but number one, there's a lot of people doing it. Number two, in many ways, part of preaching the gospel is being a good, holy person and showing the fruits of the Spirit, and I seek to do that through my comedy. And and also, there's been many times in the out of context videos where there actually is the gospel. So, even out of context. To be Lutheran, I have to reform that smorgasbords are a means of grace. True, true. Well, to be Baptist, you have to affirm that potlucks are necessary for salvation. Any feminine Homo sapien interactions? Not since Friday. I have, yeah. And some people will be like, "Oh, how would you admit not talking to a woman for 4 days? Not a single one." It's like you try being as busy as I am. I just don't have time. No Sean Luke slander will be tolerated. Look, I like the guy. He's got great arguments. He's an incredible debater, but he's just wrong on his political philosophy. And the intro to his show is just annoying. Um, yeah. Okay. Hot take. I am a Helen Keller denier. All right. This is a woman who is blind and deaf and allegedly flew a plane. And what's interesting, she did all of these accomplishments, and then, get this, her teacher, who helped teach her all these things, who helped, teach her how to speak and whatnot, which maybe that to some degree is true, after she died, she had no more accomplishments, no more Helen Keller accomplishments, and she lived for like another 10 years. So she had all these alleged accomplishments for decades, and she was doing it with her helpful, teacher and companion. The moment she died, it all stopped. She's completely fake. Oh yeah, real. Jesus is God in the center. Yeah, we definitely should talk about Jesus more in apologetics YouTube. I think a lot of people don't care about the gospel, and I mean, you see this, not to be mean to Catholics, but you do see a lot of slop Catholic apologists who just care about owning prots and not the gospel at all. Thoughts on the other Paul? He's based. I like his content a lot. He's cool. He's showed up in the comments of my stream a couple times. When will Jay Dyer debate me? I low-key want to debate Jay Dyer. Not yet. He'd destroy me. He would destroy me. But within the next decade, I swear I will challenge Jay Dyer to a debate. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Helen Keller is... I don't see how people trust her. I don't see how they believe it. It's all fake. It's all fake. Um, is wiping while standing heretical? Maybe. Maybe. No. Will RZ deport me to Roman Catholic femboy's basement? No. That's where he deported the ceiling fan. In fact, I can on good knowledge say that RZ has privately told me he decapitated the ceiling fan before it decapitated him. No one wants to hear that, but it's true. Will we ever see a Protestant apologist in the YouTube space debate Jay Dyer? I feel like that's very necessary due to his influence. I want to do it someday. After seminary, I'll do it. I will do it. I'm a decent debater, and, I'm a great debate me bro. So, I'm going to do it. Why am I Episcopalian? Well, because The Episcopalian Reformed Church in Luxembourg, which is the One True Church, is the One True Church, and it's Episcopalian, so that's why. I don't know if I can discuss my thoughts on that without getting banned off the internet, but is it a sin if you're a transgender woman and then become a transgender man? I don't. So if you're a man pretending to be a woman and then you become a man, sounds good. Saint John Calvin, a servant of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Real, predestined me to Ohio, John Calvin, please. What denomination am I training in? Not quite sure yet. I think I'm probably going to end up going to Dubuque Theological Seminary. Even if I decide to be Lutheran, it's probably my best option around here, for education. Do it, coward. Do it. What? Discuss my thoughts on interracial marriage. I personally wouldn't have an interracial marriage because I like white women. It's not a sin. And I want my children to be. I want my children to look like me, and that's not a problem. And people who think that's a problem are weird. I don't think interracial marriage should be outlawed. But, I mean, like, we could put cultural pressure on it if we want to and say, like, it's kind of culturally weird, but I don't know. Alright, you have a Helen Keller joke. Helen Keller walked into a bar, and then into a table, and then into a chair. Ha 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 ha! So funny! Brilliant joke! Alright, now that I've just lost all my viewers because I sound, weird, and then said that horrible joke. Gravemind, you lost me all of my viewers. I have 0 viewers on this live stream. How dare you? Alright, let's get some questions rolling in. We gotta go probably another 10 minutes. We're not going too long tonight. You're deaf now? Yeah, real. Wilhelmius jump scare? Yep. Am I a white boy summer enjoyer? I did go up to my friends at work at the beginning of summer and be like, are you guys excited for white boy summer? I know it has some connotations, and people are like, oh, it's a Nazi thing. I don't really care. It's fun. I had a white boy summer. Now I'm having an incel winter. That laugh was aggressive. You should see an aggressive laugh. Why am I Episcopalian? Because the Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalian Church is a one true church, and it's Episcopalian. My favorite controversial opinion? I mean, I don't think women should vote. That one's pretty controversial. It's just the historic Christian opinion, but thank you for the clip farming. Yeah. Thoughts on Jesus and whatnot? My friend keeps sending me clips of him. Anyway. But I like him. I think he's Catholic. I disagree, but I still like him. Makes good content overall. I don't think he's a crazy liar or anything. Okay. One moment, chat. I must plug in a device. Alright. Let's see. Incel winter is so real. Real. But why, man? The secret is I'm not Episcopalian. Let's hear your Helen Keller joke. Will RZ get a low taper fade before GTA 6? It's likely. It's seeming likely. Helen Keller can't drive because she's a woman. Brilliant! Brilliant humor. GTA 6 will get delayed until the ceiling fan gives RZ a low taper fade. Real. This is the truth, actually. The reason GTA 6 got delayed is because Redeem Zoomer refused to get a low taper fade. Thoughts on you clip farming me in RZ Cord? I don't know. People will clip farm me all day. I like to say random absurd things. And it'll probably, someday it'll come to bite me in the butt. I don't really care. Thoughts on Sam Shamoon? Sam Shamoon is a mentally ill Turkish man who's pretending to be a Roman Catholic apologist when he's not even Roman Catholic. He needs to repent and get off the internet. And anyone who, literally anybody Um, excuse me. Anyone who platforms him is sinning because he's mentally insane. An area that you think is not discussed enough on YouTube. I think we need more robust anti-dispensational theology on YouTube. We need a more robust theology of the people of God. Um, maybe even mysticism, actually. Monergism is important. Wilhelmius is not a man. I am a man. Or a boy, I suppose, is maybe more accurate. Um, favorite theologian from Reformed, Anglican, and Lutheran traditions, respectively. From the Reformed tradition, it's got to be John Knox. Great opinions on women. Love him, love him. Anglican, probably Thomas Cranmer, maybe Richard Hooker. Let's see. Lutheran, it's got to be Luther himself. There's just something relatable about the guy. Number one XP leaderboard. Let's go. I didn't read the whole joke yet and add suspense. Oh, I missed it. Can I speak Canadian A? No. No, I can't speak Canadian A. Thoughts on based Jesus and orange juice? He's quite politically based. Should you kidnap your baby sister and take her to the nearest Lutheran church and have her baptized? Yeah, probably. So true, King. So true. Jesus and orange juice simping for Reformed Catholic. I'm kidding. Mrs. Sunday obligations goes on Wednesday. Sam Shamoon. Yeah, he's kind of crazy. How would I describe my political viewpoints? I would describe myself as a right-wing, monarchical Christian nationalist. I know. Typical young person, go extreme and just whatever's counter to your culture. But I think we have to admit, I'm probably more of a classical Puritan Christian nationalist. So whatever they did, I want it back. St. Joel Osteen, please shower this man with jokes and make him tithe. How many slaves do I own? I don't own ChatGPT, but ChatGPT is my only slave. Did I watch the video on how to make my mic sound worse? Yeah, I think I actually did watch the video on how to make... Okay. Why do I think women shouldn't vote? It's a simple principle. Women are not supposed to rule over men. If women are allowed to vote in democracy, they have the ability to rule over men. So that's why. And democracy is just kind of overrated. Every argument for it fails. So... I should become Lutheran? Luderan. Yeah, I'm discerning it. It seems kind of likely at this point. St. Brian Wolfmueller, distinguish this man's law and gospel, administer to him the sacraments. Almost number one. Nope. More anti-dispensationalist stuff is very necessary on YouTube. Your bias, since it took you 7 years to deconstruct it. 7 years is a long time. It took me like 1. Yeah, the Dispy people don't want to debate. They don't want to debate well. They don't know how to hold up their opinions. Yeah, they just don't know how to hold up their opinions historically or biblically even. There's really no arguments for it that are sound. Thoughts on Jay Dyer. So, I actually really like Jay Dyer. That might sound weird because I hate his ortho-broness. But he taught a person how to debate who taught me how to debate, and I appreciate that. I think Jay Dyer has really great life advice. He's got a great video on how to Rizmax, and it actually helped my life so much, it's insane. I watched it a couple weeks ago, and it really did change my perspective on life. So, I'm quite happy on that. I do like him, in general. He's okay. He's got his problems. Audiobook in the car made you car sick? Sad. Configuring the final Arch Linux setup? Incredible. That'll be cool once you finish it. Yeah, become Lutheran. I'm thinking about it. I am a monarchist, yeah. Reason being, because every Christian is a monarchist. The question is just whether or not we, will or should have a monarchy in the current age. I think we perfectly, within reason, can. Do I like The Chosen? I hate The Chosen. I think The Chosen is the worst TV show I've ever seen. It's not good, even if it was secular. Even if it wasn't based off the Bible, it's not good. It's a bad show. Even if it wasn't a second commandment violation, It's a bad show. Oh, the electric guitar is a symbol of Christ's energizing presence. The worship band is a symbol of the angelic choir. The skinny jeans are a symbol of God's indelible grace. I mean, I think the skinny jeans are a symbol of circumcision or something, because there's no way you're gonna fit in those with that. Okay, that might have been too far for a joke. Thoughts on the divine right of kings? It depends on how you define it. Yeah, it's true though. Jay Dyer's Rizmaxing stream was actually very good, and you all should watch it. I'm anathema. I probably am. Why is it chosen bad? It's a bad show. Every scene is shot poorly, and Jonathan Rumi is an annoying actor. They add stuff to the Bible. It's not a good adaptation by any standard. Okay, but people are like, "Oh, but I kind of liked the Jesus." And it's like, the Jesus in the show is a weak, effeminate moron. It's not good. Republicanism, um, yeah. Nobody has a right to vote. Voting is fine as a privilege if it's mediated through a righteous people. This is what John Adams said. Democracy, the American government is made for a religious people and none other. So it has to work. Pre-recorded hologram will never answer a question. Real. You just realized the Pope could theoretically become president. Oh, yeah, I would vote for the Pope as president, if only for the fact that it's kind of funny. Except he's so liberal. It's funny seeing the base trads who also hate their own Pope. Tell my best joke. Okay, so what do you call a blonde with 2 brain cells? Pregnant. W's on the chat, people. You old. Yeah. Pope Leo's okay. I don't think he'd be a good president. I don't think he's an effective leader. So, what's up, kid? What's up, Kid Fury? Uh, well, I wouldn't say democracy has failed, but democracy inclines itself towards failure because it's continuously changing, and you could always just continually vote the system to fail. What do you call a blonde woman with 2 brain cells? She's having twins? All the brain cells are in the child. Can I talk like a 5-year-old? No. Game theory? I like game theory. Oh, Exodus 4:11. Let's pull up this verse. It seems like somebody wants us to read it. Genesis, Exodus. Oh, Exodus is the next book. That makes it so easy, guys. Alright. 4. Let's go the ESV. The Lord said to Moses, "Put your hand out and catch it by the tail." So he put out his hand and caught it, and it became a staff in his hand. Oh yeah, that's the one about the snake. Yeah, I think it actually became a snake. That's something that the Prince of Egypt movie kind of messes up. Or is that Prince of Egypt? I think it is Prince of Egypt. But yeah, I think people miss the fact that Moses was a wizard. This is something people miss. He was a wizard, guys. He had these magical powers, and he could hit rocks, and water would come out. He could wither up his hand and throw down his stick. He was totally a wizard. And everybody forgets it. Camp of Saints, Pope Leo reminds you of it. I've not read that. We didn't know Exodus was after Genesis. True. True. Alright, 11. When the Lord said to him, who made dead man's mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf? See you're blind, is not I the Lord? Yep. Happy feast day of Saint Pope Leo the Great. Okay, Pope Leo the Great was incredibly based. Incredibly based member of the PCUSA, the One True Church, along with Wells, the second One True Church. Because remember, in traditional Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalian theology, there's 2 One True Churches. Okay? One for the autistic people and one for the people with OCD. And all the normies can just pick. Opinions on Forrest Frank. I don't like him at all. I don't like his music one bit. I know some people who appreciate his music, and they're wrong. Ten Commandments movie? Okay, I was going to watch it. I'm inherently more trusting of the Ten Commandments movie. Number one, because it's a cinematic classic. Number two, because you don't necessarily have to make a second commandment violation in it whatsoever. Have I seen the channel Basic Logic? Yes, and he's incredibly good. I love his content. He's a Reconquista-pilled guy. Love his content. What if you have autism and ADHD, whereas your church? Yeah, so this is the real problem that most people are facing when deciding between, Lutheranism or Presbyterianism is, are they more autistic or do they have more ADHD? How do you choose? How are you going to pick? And this is a conundrum. So, you must be a Nestorian. You must separate the nature of your OCD and autism and attend two churches, one on Wednesday and one on Sunday. Okay? This is how it's going to work. Yeah, but you just have to commit Nestorianism to your own nature, and you'll be fine. Am I mad at you for rizzing? I have no idea. Why am I ignoring you? There's just certain things that you can't read in chat. I don't know. Just become Catholic? No. I don't want to be in a church that says, yeah, we mandate icon veneration or you go to hell, but also none of the apostles did it. No one in the early church did it. I think that's pretty gay. It's pretty annoying. So, what do I think about the Assyrian Church of the East? Not as bad as people think. And they're kind of, what's the word? They're more indifferent on icon veneration, which I appreciate. I will venerate the icons. It's true, I gotta venerate them or go to hell. That's how it works. When will I debate Schnitzelmacher? Here's the thing. If I decide within, the next couple months to not become luderan, I will choose not to debate. I will choose to debate Schnitzelmacher if I stay, Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalian. But if I become luderan, then we will debate together and we'll debate against Jay Dyer. Do I have Riz? I think I used to, and I don't anymore. I don't know. Talking to women is hard. Become a Lutheran Weiner Schnitzel? Okay, fine. You've convinced me. I have to become Lutheran. There's no other way. There's no other way. Become hyper-Calvinist. Alright, you've convinced me. There's no other way. It's the one true church. Thoughts on turning the frogs gay? They are turning the freaking frogs gay. It's true. We need to stop that. Thoughts on your music? It's pretty good. Become Dutch Reform. You've convinced me. You've convinced me. I should become a Western skibbity toiletist. Alright, guys, it's the one true religion. You actually have OCD, and it's made you think about Lutheranism since all the people you've seen with it are Lutheran. Yeah, it's true, actually. If you have religious OCD, Lutheranism is not a bad option at all. So if you're worried about one true churchism, Lutheranism is actually a good answer to that. Or you could just do the hard research in whatever tradition you're in right now. But sometimes it's just not going to be satisfying, depending on where you are, especially if you're in the Roman Catholic system. Because you really can have no assurance of salvation there. Thoughts on insane age gaps in relationships like 10 years or more? I think they're relatively culturally mediated, so in some cultures it was more acceptable. It's just something that we dealt with and they were okay. And in other cultures, it just, like ours right now, 10-year age gap is basically as good as you can get, or as large as you can get. So it really depends. I wouldn't recommend joining a giant age gap. You want to be relatively similar ages, but if there's, 4 to 5 year age gap, that's fine. Become Chinese? Okay, wait, that's not a Chinese accent. Unfortunately, I can't do that one. I need to go to a church and preach the gospel of common hyper-Calvinist W. What's my favorite race? The 30-meter dash, because it's the shortest. Will I become a Western branch of American Reformed Presbyterian? You know, I was thinking of LARPing as Byzantine Presbylutheran. I'm not becoming French. That would be horrible. Are there any actual hyper Calvinist theologians? Yeah, Theodore Bezos, I believe, was kind of a hyper Calvinist. Amen. Lutheranism does equal OCD. True. Become a Welsh Calvinistic Methodist. All right, guys, it's the one true church. If you're not Welsh Calvinistic Methodist, you are anathema. How do you get a trad Catholic emo goth Latina mass veiling sing skibbity wife who doesn't bully you for your sexuality? What? Okay, go to like go to Texas or something. There's a lot of Latinas there. Lots of Catholics. I don't know how to help you with the rest, but statistically you have better chances there. Join the one true Orthodox living water non-denominational hyper Calvinist Baptist Church of England. Truk. I'm joining tomorrow morning. Hopefully I don't die in between then, because otherwise I'll go to hell. Should Protestants date 5'9" Catholic goth Latinas? No, because that means they're taller than you. Catholics can be morally certain of their salvation. It depends on which theologian you ask, but Scotus definitely are certainly closer. But ultimately, you can have a moral certainty. You can't have a practical certainty because you could always randomly commit a mortal sin you have no idea about. And I know people will say, "Oh, mortal sins are consensual." And it's like, yeah, well, sometimes you choose to do something that's a mortal sin even without thinking about it. So, like, being overly angry is a mortal sin. You might not even think about doing that, and yet it's a mortal sin. Is the Pope's pee holy water? Yeah, and we should sprinkle it on babies. Oh my goodness, that's going to be clipped out of context. You don't even have to try on clipping me at this point. Thoughts on Israel and Palestine? Um, you know, Back when October 7th happened, people were saying that Hamas was trying to, genocide Israel and the Jews. And by that same standard, we could say the same thing about, Israel to Palestine. So I think they're both trying to genocide each other, and it's quite evil. Stephen Anderson mentioned, ew, yeah, Stephen Anderson is quite the heretic. Thoughts on Muslims? I don't want to get blown up. Thoughts on Jews? They need to repent and believe the gospel. 5'6" is almost too tall. How short are you? It's Protestants who are short, not Catholics. What's wrong with tall women? What's wrong with you? It has to be grave matter, but not mortal. Whatever. When will I make a YTP of Protestant apologists? I'm thinking about it soon. I have some plans. I have at least two where I have a general idea of what I want to do. And I want to get it done within the month, and I will have time over Thanksgiving break in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to probably try to crank out a couple of those and see what I can do. I have a plan, though. I think I'll probably do one or the other Paul, like, advocating for Islam, because I know enough clips of him, like, speaking in Arabic and whatnot that I think I can do it. Probably one of Redeem Zoomer telling people to become Catholic, and other stuff. I need to watch some old YTPs as well so I get the hang of it. I might even do one of you, Reverend Brandon, but we'll see. I don't know. I'll have to clip farm your stream, and if I get enough clips, maybe I will. Protestants are short. The Dutch Reformed to be the tallest denomination. Well, that's just because they're Dutch. Dutch Reformed aren't Protestant. They're the one true church. You're sorry you like tall women? I'm confused. Are you 5'5" or are you 5'11"? Okay, well, take the Tylenol. Take all the Tylenol. Do I like Michael Knowles? Kind of. You're predestined to be single. You're really short. Yes, troll Catholic Christian stream. When are you taking your quotes out of context? Very soon. You're 5'7". Okay, well, 5'7" is not that short, but I don't know. I mean, if you don't mind having a girlfriend who's taller than you, I guess you've opened up your dating pool, so that's fine. You're drunk on Tylenol? Based. Become Presbyterian, because Tylenol makes you Presbyterian. Should you make more? Probably. Yeah. Am I 6'7" tall? Yes, I am 6'7". I definitely sound 6'7" too. You can tell by how deep my voice is that I'm definitely 6'7". How was your autism video? It was funny. It inspired me to take an autism test on stream. I just need to sit down for like 15 minutes and figure out how to actually, watch my chat while also sharing my screen and not dox myself at the same time. And that's just gonna be work, and I just had to look up a tutorial. 5'6" and the wife is 4'11". That's a decent height gap. Yeah, honestly, people talk like, oh, you gotta be 6 foot tall. It's like most people aren't. It's ridiculous. Everybody's short, unless you're Dutch. Who's more of a okay? It's no question. It's the ceiling fan. Bigot Saint, quote unquote, Bigachungus of Kazakhstan is a heretic. The essence energy contradiction is heresy. Sound like I'm 13 years old? I probably am. I'm just secretly a 13-year-old who just like drank a bunch of Tylenol, watched a bunch of podcasts, and now I go on the internet late at night and go on crazy rants. Ah, yes. You gotta give them height steroids to make them 6'7" based. Can I beat any of you guys up IRL? If you want to try. I do know one of my viewers actually lives, somehow, some way, somehow. I figured out that one of my viewers lives the next town over from me. And so I'm very wary now because this person, not, through my comment section and now my Discord, I've known them for like probably, 5 months or so. And apparently, somehow, we might have met as children. And they live in my area. So I'm worried now. And if I ever meet them, I'll have to beat them up just to prove I can beat up my viewers. Yeah, Bigachungus is anathema. Yeah, I'll do a charity boxing match very soon. I'm going to be boxing Jay Dyer in Texas. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be boxing Jay Dyer in Texas for $10,000. And then afterwards, I'm going to go crash out at Cleave to Antiquity for not being nice to homosexuals. Yeah, if the world's so big, then why won't it fight you? True. I wouldn't hit a girl. Pay-per-view? Nah, we don't pay for anything here. Piracy per view, man. Submit to true orthodoxy. Okay, fine if I have to. What did you just stumble upon? The weirdest thing ever. Short J Perm. Are you actually J Perm? Because that would be that would be funny. I will say that would be the craziest coincidence of all time. Submit to Rome? No. You paid to watch this? Good. I'm not getting any of that money, unfortunately. Best state in the U.S., probably Oklahoma. It's a good one. Personally, I prefer, like, Iowa. I know, boring, but still. Submit to sedevacantism. Okay, admittedly, one of my favorite YouTubers right now is a or not a sedevacantist. He's SSBX. That's different. That's a different thing. Never mind. I don't like sedevacantism, but I'll submit. Brother, may I have some oats? No. There's still no Bigachungus YouTube channel. Okay, I will start the Bigachungus YouTube channel if I have to. Bro is submitting to Mormonism, but not Rome. I will submit to Mormonism. Open source boxing match. True. I will box anyone who can get into my basement. Is the U.S. worth moving to? Yeah, it is if you can. But also, you can be a godly person anywhere, so yeah, you're gonna be able to live anywhere and be just fine. Submit to Anglicanism. I'm already in Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalian. They need to submit to us. Is it Traditionalist Thomist? Yes, he is the one. He's SSPX. He's really great, though. I love his channel. Oh, there is a Bigachungus channel. Let me check this out. What's on here? Let me see. I'll subscribe. 6 subscribers. He has 2 videos. Let's watch them.
Significance of the numbers 6 and 7.
Okay, Gavin Ortland, brain rot. Let me give him a comment. 6, 7. And he has a short as well. We'll watch that. What did I just watch? What did I just see? Okay. Would I be Pope if they offered me the position? Absolutely. I've often fantasized throughout my childhood about being Pope. It's a weird thing, but I will be Pope if I must. If I could, I would be Pope. Do I think the U.S. will be the last standing in the West? No, it's going to be Poland. Is Ohio the Holy Land? Oh yes. You just wanted to date with your New Yorkshire Terrier. You called her fat for eating all the food we ordered. She went and force fed me a bunch of food. Now you're fat. I mean, that kind of proves she's fat. If you're fat after eating the food, kind of proves she was. Gavin Ortland jump scare real. Can I watch your last two YouTube shorts? Yeah, let me just pull up your channel real quick. It's in here. I'll watch them. I wish it would be easier to react to videos on stream, but again, I need to become
Hello
less of a
everybody,
boomer
today we're going
and know how to operate OBS so I can actually use it properly. We'll see. Alright. Let's see.
AE says, is it a sin to say 6-7? No. I've said it 67 times.
I don't remember which stream that clip was from. Interesting.
I support Drag Queen Story Hour.
Real. I too support. Well, actually, I'm not gonna get that clipped out of context. What's the most base Catholic country? I think it's Poland. Well, no, is Poland National Catholic Church or Polish National Catholic Church, or are they not? It's close enough. Luxembourg will be the last standing in the U.S. Yeah. Ohio is the Holy Land. Joseph Smith has entered the chat. Watch your YouTube short. You gotta link it in the chat. I can't find your channel easily. It doesn't come up because you're too small. You gotten even fatter because of the Tylenol. I knew it. The great meme reset is desperately needed. January, it's gonna happen. Trust me. If I took the leaves out of a cigarette and made tea with them, would the nicotine be just as strong? I sure hope so. I'd like that. That'd be cool. How long has my mewing streak been? Pretty long, although I'm trying to grow a beard so I can stop mewing and it'll hide my jawline so I don't have to keep mewing all day. What do I think about the Supreme Court choosing not to take up a case that would allow them to overturn gay quote-unquote marriage? It's cowardice. Everyone was against gay marriage until like 2014. Literally everybody. There's no reason it should exist. It should stop existing. Get rid of it. It's anathema. Would I become Catholic? No. I don't think I'd ever become Catholic. Polish National Catholic Church is not American. Well, no, yeah, it might be the American branch. Godspeed, Brandon Moore. I will hopefully become Luderan. We'll see. We'll see. Missouri is the Holy Land in Mormonism. Yeah, it's close enough to Ohio, though. Under what circumstances would I become Catholic? Okay, if God beams infallible knowledge into my head that Catholicism is true, I actually probably wouldn't become Catholic because I wouldn't trust it, but that would be required. There is absolutely zero historical proof for the papacy. There's none. I haven't found any yet. Yeah. It's not popular in Poland. Well, the Polish National Catholic Church started in Poland. They're pretty cool, actually. They're basically just high church Anglicans. You gotta lose weight. Good night, Kid Fury. Probably gonna end the stream in about 5 minutes. We did not get to our topic for more than like 5 seconds. Adam and Eve in the Ozarks. Yes, they are still alive out there. Adam and Eve haven't died yet. Chat just died. Where do you meet people? Bible studies, church, the store. Walk up, okay? I'm assuming you're a guy. Walk up to the cashier. Probably some, like, you're gonna go to a store. If there's a pretty cashier or something, just walk up and talk to her, okay? Even if you don't ask her out, at least you did it, alright? Watch your short. Okay, give me a second, grave mind. Also, okay, hang on. This is long. Sorry, bud. Put it on times 5. Let's see. Bro, this is good. This is how I listen to my podcast. Yes, Jesus and Orange Juice, I will find and send you more videos to watch very soon. Will I evangelize Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalianism? Yes. I sped it up to 8 times speed, Gravemind. Alright. We're closing in on an hour here in about 4 more minutes. At 0:30, we will be ending off the stream. Get your questions out now. Yeah, Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalianism, possibly Luderan Episcopalian. Yeah. We lost 15 viewers. I don't care. I'm just yapping. This is not a worthwhile stream. We got to, like, the fact that we had more than 10 viewers and an actual pastor is kind of overboard. Favorite areas of study outside of theology? Probably history, political theory, philosophy. Although philosophy and theology are very intertwined subjects. My chess elo is 0. I don't play chess. 8 times speed, yeah. It's the only way I can get through the Ben Shapiro show. It's too insufferable. Yes, you should submit to Luxembourg. Submit to Luxembourg now! Or you'll go to hell. I would rather live in North Korea because I like authoritarianism more than I like Filipinos. No, don't date your ex. Don't do it. No, even if you prayed about it, the heart is deceitful above all else. It is a perpetual factory of idols. Was that a W song? Yes. Play chess, it has so much aura. I occasionally play chess, but... No, my chess elo is 0. Do I have a girlfriend? What do you think? Do you think I have a girlfriend? Do you think I have a girlfriend? No. No, I don't have a girlfriend. There are no Luxembourgish Reformed Episcopalian churches near you. Alright, you have to pray 7 Wilhelmius Van Dipers, 7 Hail Wilhelmius Van Dipers every single day, and that's all you need to do to be saved. My Discord server is anti-Catholic? No, it's like 90% Roman Catholics. It's just me in there debating them. Okay? The problem is, it's slop apologetics Catholics. They're Catholics who became Catholics because of slop apologetics, and that's all they do. And so I go in there and I rip them apart like an ortho bro, and they just get mad at me. There isn't an Eastern Orthodox church in North Korea. Good thing I'm not Eastern Orthodox here. I don't know. Making a mod on the server so you can get rid of room. Real. I don't think world history makes kids globalists. I think schools need to go back to the way history's been traditionally taught. If you notice, ancient historians knew, or even just the average child who received a proper education would know infinitely more about history than most people today. There are 1.5 Filipinos in the chat. The Hail Wilhelmius Van Diper, it's somewhere in my files. I'll have to find it eventually. Calling your arguments slop. Yours are a little more sophisticated, but a lot of them are slop. Yeah, if you're born Catholic, you're based. If you're not born Catholic and you become Catholic, you're cringe. Yeah, slop apologetics must end, and it's going to have to start with Thomists policing the rest of the Catholics, because it's really only Thomists who police slop apologetics. It's the non-Thomists who are just the worst slop of all time. Hail Kanye, full of grace. Real. Are you slop? I mean, you continuously bring up Catholic Answers articles. Make of that what you will. Catalina Mod, you said, I don't have anything against you, but I feel like I need to take made-up prayers more seriously and not tell people to say a Hail Calvin or Wilhelmius. Um, I think it's up to prudence. If you don't like it, that's okay. I think it's fine. It's just a joke. You were born Mormon. Oh, convert. Gross. Gross. Yeah, being born Catholic is based. It's okay. I'm glad that people who are born Catholic are becoming more devout. I just wish they wouldn't convert other people. You were born based. I mean, all roads lead to Luxembourg. Just Googled it. There's exactly one Eastern Orthodox church in North Korea. You're an SSPX Thomist. Do you actually go to an SSPX church? I don't believe it. Are you slop? You're learning. Hail Wilhelmius Van Diaper. Full of super duper lapsarianism. The Zoomer is with thee. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful prayer. Are you Sigma? I mean, you're a girl, so no. You did that a few... No, you do it all the time. Should you sleep? Yes, we should all go to sleep. I'm ending the stream in about 5 seconds. Grew up atheist, became a Roman Catholic, now Reformed. Based. Based. Well, I'm glad you're no longer a Mormon. That's good. Was born non-denom and converted to Catholicism. You're not based, but I understand why you did it. You memorized the Hail Calvin without even trying. Based. I'm not going to dox what state I live in. FSSP on Saturday. Okay, well, normie. It's only... You live in Australia? Australia? That's made up. That's a made up country. It's fake. I must stream for another 5 hours. I literally cannot stream for any more time. Ooh, what's the greatest comeback? My hairline or the tax recipients? Probably my hairline. Or the original Reformed Catholics. The Anglicans or the Calvinists? It's the Lutherans. But it was the Calvinists, if you must know. They came about before Anglicanism. Don't tell the CIA. I would never tell the CIA on you. Well, I mean, I can technically stream for another 30 minutes, but I don't want to. There's only so much content I can actually muster up, and I'm only... Well, actually, I do have 20 viewers, but most of them are probably just listening to me yap in the background while they sleep. SSPX is heretical? Cringe opinion. Probably correct, actually, but I like some SSPX people. End the stream with my favorite psalm? That's actually not a bad idea. FSSP was created by John Paul II. I don't really care about random Catholic orders. Is a Latin Mass based? Yeah, actually. Go to sleep, Wilhelmius? Never. I sound schismatic. Unfortunately, for the moment, I am a schismatic. I know. Schismatic, it's terrible. I'm trying to fix it, which is why I might become Lutheran, because it's nearly impossible to go to a mainline church I agree with. And the stream was Psalm 119. No. Do I touch grass? Yes. I do, actually. I touch grass every day. I need to read more, though. I need to touch books now. I need to touch paper. And this, you already have so much to clip. Sleeping is a venial sin. Sleeping is a mortal sin. Neva 42 is the greatest psalm ever written. Let me pull up my real favorite psalm. My mouth's feeling kind of dry, so it's going to be the worst reading of all time. But you'll have to deal with it. Pulling up. You know what? Maybe I'll pick the shorter one. Now, my real favorite psalm is Psalm 72, but I'm going to read Psalm 110 because I think that's God's favorite psalm. It's the most frequently quoted in the New Testament, and it's shorter. Alright, are you ready for my beautiful reading of Psalm 110? We're going to go with the KJV, good old Protestant Bible. The Lord said unto my Lord, Sit thou at my right hand, until I make thine enemies thy footstool. The Lord shall send thy rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thine enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast to do of thy youth. The Lord has sworn, and will not repent. Thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. He shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with dead bodies. He shall wound the heads over many countries. He shall drink of the brook in the way. Therefore he shall lift up his head. Truly a beautiful song, a reminder of Christ reigning as both king and priest over us all. Yeah, Lutherans call themselves evangelical Catholics, but they're technically Reformed Catholics. Look who's entered the chat right before we're about to end. When will we get a face reveal? 2027. My voice is really calming. I have never had anyone tell me that ever, but thank you. There's a face right there. It's true. Look at my face on screen. It's a beautiful face right there. Nice beard, hairline. Praise God from whom all blessings flow. True. Face. Submit to assemblies of God. Alright, people. That's it. Praise him, all creatures here below. True. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Star Wars or Star Trek? Probably Star Wars, narrowly. I like Star Trek, but people get, I don't know, it's okay. Wrath of Khan is a great movie, though. Okay, that's funny. Submit to the new IFB, not just the regular IFB? I don't know about that. I don't know. This is an artist rendition of the Wilhelmus Van Diaper icon. It is made by an artist. The artist was ChatGPT, but still. Ooh, okay, somebody's asking the real questions. Shrek or Star Trek? Unironically, Shrek. Is Maryland based? No. America's based, not Maryland. Describe a strange dream I had? No. If I dream, they're either not the type of dreams I could ever tell anyone, or I don't remember them whatsoever. I almost remember zero dreams. It's have I read insert obscure random Dutch Reformed theologian? Yes. Oh, you're right. We did just pass 67 minutes. Jesus and orange juice. Why are you admitting that on your own on a stream? You should put that in your out of context video. I thought Maryland was a Catholic colony. Would I rather become Catholic or worship Stalin? I'd worship Stalin. Shrek! Shrek! Don't actually submit to the UPCI. Just because of that, I'm gonna do it. Someone threw a shuriken in your belly? Yeah. One time I had a dream when I was like 12. I never even like considered girls or women at all, and I had this dream where Donald Trump taught me how to flirt with women. Oh, Jesus and whatnot. Jesus versus Jesus and orange juice. Jesus and whatnot would win. He's smarter. No offense to Jesus and orange juice, but he's just older and knows more. Read your story? Are you sure? Okay, Jesus in Orange Juice says, and I quote, and he said it in this voice. He said, "Oh, when I was in first grade, I didn't know how to unbutton my pants, so I'd poop my pants and sit in them right in front of the cool girls. And they'd ask me, what's that smell? And I'd just stay quiet." That's how he says it, okay? Why do he run so slowly in dreams? I don't know, because I don't dream. Okay, I've had like 4 dreams in the last 5 years, and one of them was Donald Trump teaching me how to flirt with someone. Who wins, me or me? Me. What am I listening to? The end of a stream. This means I need to stop. Oh, you're right. You talk like a southerner, like Forrest Gump. Probably like Forrest Gump, the southerner. Who's my least favorite Catholic apologist other than Joe Heschmeyer? Catholic Christian is really bad. Trent Horn's really bad. Joe Heschmeyer's really bad. Jimmy Akin's really bad. Now, I know it just sounds like I'm saying everybody, but, like, they all are arguably in contempt of the magisterium and not following magisterial teaching. So, I don't know. Bro only has nightmares or a full Roman Catholic American. Yeah, I mean, I do have plenty of nightmares, or I did for a while. Not anymore. Deeper southern accent. Yeah, nobody likes Aiken. I can't do a fast southern accent. You see, if I'm doing a fast southern accent like this, and I sound like this, and I'm doing a fast southern accent, I just kind of sound like this, and then you can't really understand anything I'm saying. Me or a random person here in the stream, are you cooked? You're cooked. They're like Casey Cole, no idea who he is. How is Trent Horn bad? Watch Trent Horn's debate with Timothy Gordon, and Trent Horn he's a compromised feminist. He doesn't follow magisterial teaching on men and women. And he doesn't believe the Catechism of the Council of Trent is binding or authoritative. He does not believe Vatican II is infallible, which is wrong. Again, there's so many things out in the open. No, Heschmeyer's horrible. He's so bad at representing people's arguments fairly, including me, in the comment sections. When I do your accent, I talk like a really fast southerner, and I get down into my southern voice. Would I rather be liberal or a Muslim? Depends on how you define liberal. If I could be a classical liberal, which is still pretty gay, then yeah, I'd be a liberal. Casey Cole's a Franciscan priest. I think I've heard of him. I don't really know much. Your ex converted to IFB, so you have nightmares of her? That's good. That's funny. What Catholic apologists do I like? Traditionalist Thomas, Christian Wagner, DoorDash Thomas. Since 33 AD, all Thomas guys. I sound black? Yeah. You should troll Joe Heschmeyer. The problem with trolling Joe Heschmeyer is the only time he's live, he has like 70 super chats, so you can't troll him. You're learning about Martin Luther and the spread of the Protestant Reformation of your history. That's awesome. Kind of say that Vatican II is not infallible if you mean that did not issue any solemn definitions. What Vatican II did is it explained previous infallible teachings in a binding way. So it's just infallible in a roundabout way. Why do people not read their tradition's confessional documents? Because they're lazy. I don't know William Lane Craig's voice. I'm not going to read what you said, Gravemind. It'll be clipped out of context, okay? You know what Gravemind said? He said sometimes he has nightmares where he pees himself and he wakes up and his pants are gone. I mean, yeah, you don't have to make the video tonight. Sleep on it. Think of some ideas. I'm about to end the stream and I'm already running 15 minutes late. Yeah, it's true though. Catholic Christian's channel is small enough, even I've trolled it. I will admit though, I did ask him actually about Roman Catholics who dissent from the magisterium, which he does. He objectively does. But so does Trent Horn and whatnot. And he gave a very honest answer. In your history book? Yeah. For school? That's cool. More Christian YouTubers. You only watch like 6 or 7 Christian YouTubers? Yeah, that's okay, honestly. Most of the apologetics world is so full of sin, it's disgusting. Have I ever had RZ in one of my streams? I think he commented on one. Did he? Or is that the other Paul? Let's wrap this up. Yeah. I'm about to end the stream. Okay, you should just see my old streams. It'd be like 15 minutes in, and I'd say I'm about to end it and stream for another hour. Collab stream with RZ when? I might see if I can do an interview with him for school, but I don't think I'd stream that. Were the Crusaders based? Yes. Thoughts on your PFP? Let me zoom in. It's gorgeous. All right, praying for your test tomorrow. Great mind. Yeah, of course your farts stink. Well, now that you're number 2 on the leaderboard, we gotta end the stream. If you started streaming, not tonight, but in general, yeah, if I can. A physics exam tomorrow. Why do people have exams on a Tuesday? No more exams until next year? That's awesome. I know most of my exams are done. I got some coming up early December, and then that's it. Okay, so if a Mormon missionary comes up to your door, you gotta grab this thing. It's called an AK-47. Alright, and then you come up to them and you say, "Hey, can I tell you about our Lord and Savior 6'7"? And you go, no, I cannot stop fiddling. You don't like AK-47s? Yeah, I'm gonna get clipped out of context and probably kicked off the platform for... I'm not advocating for violence against Mormons, okay? I love Mormons. Only in Minecraft can we be a little mean to them. Immaculate conception of clips right there. Yeah. This is what happens when I say I'm going to stop streaming and then I keep streaming. I just say the most ridiculous things. I need to end. Alright. Well, as always, stay based. Go serve your king. No more questions. We're done. Goodbye. Winchester Model 67 is a much better way. Look, and if the Mormon comes to your door, just be nice and stay armed, just in case. Because if they pull out a book, they try to give you a book, you know what they say in parties? They say they're handing out Bibles. It's really drugs. And that makes them a criminal. Just cause. Alright, goodbye. Good night. 6, 7.